Hi guys, I'm glad to be in touch with you again, and as you know, it is week 12 and the semester is rolling downhill. This week and all the rest of our weeks are going to be very intense, but that's what normally happens closer to the end of the semester. And today I'm going to introduce to you our project 3. It is called Professional Correspondence Dossier, and it is going to take only 3 weeks. And as I promised you earlier, this project is going to be the easiest one compared to the first 2. And I'm glad that I structured the course like I structured it, especially given our current situation. Our project. I hope you have read the prompt already. And basically, for this project, you have to think about a situation that happened at your workplace in the past and pick something that you were dissatisfied about and you failed to fix it on your own. So you decided to email your boss about it. And you have to write 5 different emails. And for each of these emails, you will be taking on a different persona. At first, you are an employee who complains to the boss, and then you are the boss who receives the complaint and decides to do something about it. And then you are another employee who is knowledgeable and who provides additional details to the boss that boss requested. And then you are the boss again. You email the topic starter, that being said, and you explain what you decided to do, how you decided to fix the issue. And after that, you write a memo to everyone in your company, explaining them what happened and what measures you decided to undertake, and how, so to say, the life of your company will change from this moment. And sometimes my students write to me in reflections that this situation is not real because I work in McDonald's and we do not send emails to each other because we normally discuss these things in person. So this project is useless because blah blah blah. So what I can say in response: first and foremost, not all workplaces are like McDonald's. For instance, I work in academia, and I know that emails are valued much more than oral communication, though oral communication means a lot too. But just imagine if you have an issue and you want some authority to help you with that. Even if you catch them in the hallway and talk to them, even if you come to their office hours and discuss your issue with them, you know what they normally say? They say, send me an email, because an email is an email, and if something is written, it is considered to be more important than something said orally. This is one thing. But even if you never work in academia in future, even if you work in such places, in such companies where email communication is not very common, composing all this chain of emails will help you improve your oral communication. You know what I mean? So anyway, I think that this project will be very beneficial in terms of you growing as a professional and technical writer. So yeah, and again, I have the project's breakdown like I normally have it. As I said, it is going to take 3 weeks, and this week you have only 2 days to read the prompt thoroughly and to brainstorm to pick the setting for your professional correspondence dossier and the situation that you will be describing. And you have only 2 days, Thursday and Friday, to write an outline and post it in our Friday reflective journal. And an outline means that you will be briefly summarizing the content of each of the email, of each of your emails. And you have 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, to create the first 3 emails, and on Monday midnight, by Monday midnight, you upload them to where I will tell you, and on Tuesday we are going to do peer review. And then you finish drafting next week, in the second half of the next week. And then you revise during the first half of week 14. And again, we do peer review on Thursday, and then you upload it for the final submission by Friday midnight. And I'm going to explain in advance that all peer reviews until the end of the semester will be held during the class time. If you remember, our class time is from 12:30 till 1:45, Tuesday, Thursday. So in particular, next Tuesday, please be prepared that you need to be available during this time slot. This is about the project. And let us open our calendar. Here it is. So I assigned you 2 chapters that are due Monday midnight, chapter 6 and chapter 12. And we are going to have a discussion board. Initial post is due Tuesday midnight, and 2 responses are due Thursday midnight. And the reflective journal that I just talked about, Project 3 outline, is due by Friday midnight. And now about the chapters. So chapter 6, where is our chapter 6? Here it is. It is going to explain to you the genre conventions of emails, letters, and memos. And I want to touch upon 2 things. The first thing is the structure. The structure means a lot for this genre, and though you understand that emails should be very, very succinct, but anyway, because people get a lot of emails, an avalanche of emails every day, normally they skip on body paragraphs and pay attention basically to introduction and conclusion. So please be very, very attentive to these 2 components. This is one thing. And the other thing is the style. I guess you know what plain style is, and I assigned chapter 16 on plain style for the next week. But basically, I think you know what plain style is if you studied with writing today before. So avoid bureaucratic phrasing is one thing, but the other thing is to avoid smart words. And I will explain what I mean. This is an email that I got right yesterday. So it says, we are wondering whether you want us to streamline the citation format or continue using the format utilized by the student author. And this email was sent by my colleague with whom I work with on elevations, and at first my first reaction was delight. I was delighted to read the word utilized, and I thought, oh my gosh, how smart he is. He uses such a smart word, utilize, and he's way ahead of me in terms of speaking English. But then I decided to investigate, to Google for this word, and you know what I found? I found that this word, utilize, is very much frowned upon in today's technical writing. So it's better to use the word use. Though these words use and utilize have slightly different meanings, use is more preferable. Okay, that's what I mean by plain style. Plain style, plain words. And the other chapter I asked you to read for this week is chapter 12, Thinking Like an Entrepreneur. And I want you to read it for the sake of this very idea, that when you get that complaint from your employee, you should not think about it as an issue that should be fixed and forgotten about. But you should think about that thing as an opportunity for your company. So by fixing that situation, you are not only helping that particular person, but you are improving the overall performance of your company. You are improving the working conditions for everyone. You are helping your company to grow. You know what I mean? And I want you to touch upon this aspect in your memo, in the very last email. And I guess that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening.